come out of the last year of progressive action here in California, with the marches and rallies, protests, and us all finding common ground against the rhetoric that we've been seeing lately coming from the right. So this is just us coming out all in support of one another, immigration rights, equity and fairness for all, and we hope to make a big. So thank you all for being here, and thank the media too for coming out and showing this. That's been one of the big roadblocks. Is not being much coverage on these events. So the more that you come in and do your job, the better we can do ours and get the message out. So I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy White. Next we have Lydia Ponce with the American Indian Movement, and she's also going to be here speaking on Friday at our United Against Hate rally. Lydia?
Thank you, Corey. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's an honor. Let's talk about the local issues. Let's talk about how this particular governance in the last 4 years or 40 years has failed miserably in protecting sacred sites and protecting people and being displaced from their homes. We do not have food security. We do not have water security. We do not have security in shelter or education. It's just a farce because, simply put, the people that are up and coming in the next election, we're not fearful. They have to do a better job of representing us. Whatever happens this Friday in Washington, D.C., we're still not fearful here in Los Angeles because we're united. There's over 90 organizations as of today from every side of Los Angeles in the basin that has come together united against hate. And this Friday marks the beginning of how we're going to message the resources that we have in our neighborhoods to share in every language and every culture that makes up this beautiful city. No matter how much ethnic cleansing our local governance has tried to attempt, we're still here, including the Tongva, the Chumash, Catawba, the Southern California Native tribes that have sacred sites that we need to protect. We're counting on all the other 90 organizations to come and support the local Native tribes. And what does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? That means that some of these people that are coming up are going to be one term, including the mayor, including our councilmen, including the people who are up for this next election. So they need to step up and do their jobs because they can be fired, they won't be rehired. Thank you. American Indian Movement, SoCal, and we're looking to secure medical information to share. If there's an abuelita that needs dental care or health care, we need to pull our resources together because no one I know, including abuelitas, should be considered disposable and should be considered revered and respected. It's a disgrace what we've done to ourselves by having this person taking oath on Friday. Sin miedo, no fear. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. Such a great speaker. Next we have Ron Gochez with Union del Barrio.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. We are here today really to make history. We are here as more than 90 organizations from all over Southern California to announce and to invite the people of Los Angeles to come march this Friday at 11 in the morning at the Staples Center to show that we will continue to organize and denounce Donald Trump for all of this fascist policy that he intends to implement. So while Donald Trump and those who intend to use hate to hurt our communities, we're saying that we're going to organize and use love to defend our communities. That's why we have the obligation to come out, everybody, this Friday, 11 in the morning at the Staples Center, united to send that message that we are not afraid and that we're going to continue to organize in our communities to defend our communities. He cannot attack, immigrants, LGBT, Muslims, and everybody else, and us just sit by and do nothing. We must organize. So if people are not part of an organization, they have the duty to join an organization to be able to defend our communities. Lo voy a decir en español. Hoy estamos aquí para, en verdad, hacer historia. Estamos aquí porque queremos hacer llamado al público que este viernes, en el día que va a entrar al poder el presidente Trump, que nosotros estemos en las calles y que vayamos a exigir y a denunciar que este presidente Trump que quiere hacer sus tácticas y sus políticas fascistas, que sepa que nuestro pueblo se va a organizar, estamos organizados a nivel del país y vamos a seguir haciéndolo. Tenemos que hacerlo, porque si nosotros no nos organizamos, estamos vulnerables y ellos van a poder deportarnos, ellos van a poder seguir atacando a los musulmanes, a la comunidad gay, a las mujeres, a todo el mundo. Por eso tenemos que organizarnos. De nuevo, este viernes a las 11 de la mañana vamos a esperarlos aquí en la Olympic y la Figueroa, en el Staples Center, para hacer una marcha masiva. También queremos decir que se va a hacer, aunque llueva, no importa, aquí estaremos, porque ellos no van a parar con la lluvia y nosotros también podemos parar. So the last thing I wanted to say is, rain or shine, we will be here on Friday. Our oppressors do not rest because of the rain, so we cannot rest, and we will continue to organize rain or anything. Thank you.
That was Ron Sanchez with the Union del Barrio. And next up we have Carolyn Gomez with the Answer Coalition.
We're living in historic times. People all across the United States are standing up to Donald Trump's shocking, bigoted policies and rhetoric. His cabinet of extreme right oligarchs and the alt-right movement that has used Trump's election as a rallying cry. From Washington, D.C., where many thousands will gather to stand up to Trump where he stands, to here in Los Angeles, where Trump's policies promise to threaten millions of people with deportation, elimination of social welfare, the breakup of our trade unions and what little job security we have, denial of women's access to abortion. These are just a few of the threats Trump has already leveled. This is why it is not surprising that so many people are outraged, that so many people are standing up to bigotry and injustice. This is the first time in nearly a decade that so many people entered the streets, gone on strike, and walked out of their schools to say no to the administration. George W. Bush's anti-women, anti-LGBTQ, anti-immigrant, and pro-war policies earned him that resistance. And from day one, Donald Trump's government faces the same unpopularity. That's why at today's conference, we see so many different organizations representing different communities and different issues all standing together as one. The understood need for and concrete steps towards unity are truly what makes this a historic moment. The vast majority of people in the United States have something to lose under a Trump government, simply because Trump stands against so many different people. So while Donald Trump is having his presidential inaugural this Friday, we will be inaugurating the resistance. We encourage anyone and everyone to join a protest, no matter where you are, to stand up for yourself, your community, and all other people under threat by this government. Truly, it is not our government, because so many people have stood up to say we are threatened by this president's policies. Where Trump's presidency is inaugurated with a country fearful, a country that he has done his best to divide and rule, our inaugural message is that of courage and unity. So join us this Friday, but more importantly, join an organization to keep the fight back. My name is Carolyn Gomez from the Answer Coalition, and I look forward to seeing you this Friday. Thank you.
That was Carolyn Gomez with the Answer Coalition. Next we have Juan Jose Gutierrez with the Full Rights for Immigrants Coalition.
Thank you. The challenges that the people of the United States are confronting today are huge. And come January the 20th, they're going to be bigger than any one organization. That's why we are joining with these many groups here in Southern California, across the state of California, and eventually across the United States, because we will not stand still while all the progress that we have made over the last 6 decades on civil, constitutional, and human rights are challenged. We will not allow Donald Trump to conduct mass raids and mass deportations against our communities across the United States. We are here to stand in solidarity with young and old, gay and straight, people of all races, people of all ethnicities. We have just begun the process of building bridges across our communities, because the unity that we must consolidate. It's the only insurance, the only guarantee that we will have that we will not be defeated. And that when the next round of elections comes, we will be able to elect people unlike racist Donald Trump. We will not stand still. En español, estamos aquí como coalición para los derechos plenos para los inmigrantes, para decir que nos estamos uniendo porque el reto que nos representa Donald Trump es más grande que cualquiera de nuestras organizaciones o coaliciones. Solamente la unidad de todas las coaliciones, de miles de coaliciones y organizaciones, nos van a poder proveer con el seguro que le va a proveer protección a nuestras comunidades. No vamos a permitir que Donald Trump cumpla la promesa de llevar a cabo redadas masivas y deportaciones masivas. No vamos a permitir que se dividan a nuestras familias. No vamos a permitir que se divida la unidad de todos los grupos étnicos que están bajo ataques. Estamos a favor de la unidad de las mujeres, los jóvenes, los hombres, los trabajadores, la comunidad gay. Todo el mundo estamos en el mismo barco y si uno de nosotros pierde, todos perdemos. Nos vemos el 20 de enero aquí a las 11 de la mañana en la esquina de la Olympic y Broadway a las 12 del mediodía para arrancar hacia Palacio de Gobierno. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Kevin. He was with the Full Rights for Immigrants Coalition, and I would like you also all to know these are only a few of the groups that are part of this Los Angeles coalition, resistance coalition. There are over 90 groups participating in these marches and rallies that are happening on Friday. Now, next and our last speaker is Stephen Osuna for the Human Rights Alliance for Refugee Children and Families. Stephen?
First of all, I'd like to say that immigrants are welcome here in Los Angeles. And as the Human Rights Alliance for Refugee Children and Families, we want to remember and recognize that the reason migrants are here is because of U.S. foreign and economic policies abroad, right? So when we look at Central America specifically, we look at U.S. foreign policy, we look at the security policies that have been implemented in those countries, and we are worried that with an emerging 21st century fascism under Trump, those things will get worse. So you are here in solidarity with our sisters and brothers and numerous organizations to stand against fascism, to stand against economic and foreign policy that will devastate our countries abroad, but also bring further economic inequality in this country. So we're here today to remind everyone to come out on Friday, support us, to be here with each other, to hold space, to be with each other, and to resist what's emerging in this country, to resist the hatred, the racism, the sexism, the homophobia that's emerging, that seems so blatant now. That's always been here, but it's starting to emerge even further. En español, primero quiero decir que los inmigrantes en Los Ángeles, aquí estamos. Nuestras familias aquí están, no se van a ir para ningún lado. Vamos a defender a nuestras comunidades. Sabemos como comunidad latina y latino que las políticas de los Estados Unidos son las razones que nuestra gente emigra a este país. La violencia, la pobreza en Centroamérica, por ejemplo, no es un resultado de cultura, es un resultado de política de este país. Y queremos decir como organización que salgan toda la gente a la calle el viernes a estar aquí con nosotros a defender a los derechos de los refugiados, de los niños refugiados, de las familias refugiadas, de las familias que están en a defender los derechos de ellos, porque con la nueva administración esos problemas se van a hacer peor. Tenemos que estar en solidaridad con nuestras familias, con nuestra comunidad y con nuestra gente. Gracias.
Thank you, Stephen Osuna, with the Human Rights Alliance for Refugee Children and Families. And the last thing I want to say is to my brothers and sisters at Standing Rock, we stand with you in solidarity. The people united can never be divided. 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 Can never be divided. The people united can never be divided. Thank you all.
Hey, Trinity, how you doing?
Nice to meet you.